question. Am I right in then saying that you're going to EQ all of the guitars individually rather than a guitar sum?
Well, the guitars will probably have EQ in Pro Tools of some sort, some corrective EQ, and then they'll be coming up probably a stereo pair on the desk.
Right.
So there'll be a stereo EQ of the overall group.
Right. So, and your general approach then, am I right in saying that on the tracks then it's a little bit of corrective EQ just to take out the resonances, but the main sculpting of the sound is on the stereo?
Yeah, yeah, right. And any inserts on it, yeah.
And pretty much your guitars are always absolutely as full wide as possible, even with quad tracks?
Yeah, except for, no, not always with quad tracks, you know, two of them might be in a little bit, but you know, on breaks and stuff I'll bring it in a bit and boost the volume. Do
you have any general principles about this significant challenge of getting the kicks and the bass to work together from an EQ perspective?
No, not really. I mean, I think something's got to obviously give the low end of the mix. I mean, it's funny when you know, if you put like a sort of an 808 under the kick, it can give the bass a whole new depth, as in make it feel like the bass guitar's got it.
Yeah.
Sort of, it almost tricks the ear in a way. So it's just experimentation, really, and you soon know whether there's too much low end going on there.
Sure.
Really, I'm more about the mid range in the bass guitar. I think you've got to keep the note there. It's very, you know, you've got to get that growl in, so it's got a separate place to the guitars, really.
So you'll probably be looking at the third harmonic, kind of like between the 125-250 range on the bass, rather than dialing it in, say 70-80.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous down there. It can get lumpy if you're not careful.
Right.
Yeah, and again, it depends on the player as well. You know, I've had basses before where it almost disappears on certain notes. You know, so usually, you know, you can find that lower sort of octave out the kick drum a lot of the time. You know? But then it's difficult on the faster stuff for that.
So really, you're allowing the guitars to have that lower fundamental down the sort of like 70-80 region.
Yeah, I wouldn't go any much lower than that on the actual guitars. No. You know. But you can pull a bit of 300 out of the bass as well, as in put it in, and it'll help you feel the note a little bit more, and a bit of the 1K in there as well. You know, depending on what the style of player.
Sure. You know. The multi-band compression that you sometimes use to control the chugs on the guitar, is that something you still go with, or
if it needs it? Yeah, I mean, I try not to suck the life out of the guitar, so I might just do it on 2 of the tracks and leave another, you know, if there's 4 guitars.
Yeah.
And that's why I was using it a lot. I found when there was 4 guitars, it would exaggerate it, you know, and sort of, it'd get, you know, a lot of boom in that area, yeah. So yeah, it had to get under control a little bit. With 2 guitars, it's not as apparent, you know.
But generally speaking, you're not really compressing the guitars that much.
No,
generally.
I might actually, if I'm trying to get them super aggressive, just tickle them, you know, just with an overall compressor.
For coloration or for dynamic
just to give it a bit more of that
in your face.
Yeah, just a tiny bit, you know, just so it's nudging them, you know. Yeah.
Continuing with the theme of vocals, am I right in saying you'll definitely use a different reverb for the vocals than the drums?
Yeah.
How many reverbs will you tend to have across a whole mix?
Probably three or four, something like that. Yeah. Usually I'll have, for guitar solos, I'll have, you know, a pitch shift, delays, reverb set up for that. So I've got each individual bit, you know, drums, I'll have the verbs for that set up different, the vocals, it's all pretty straightforward, you know, it's a separate setup for vocals, you know. And
do you tend to avoid putting reverb on the kick, or a little bit?
No, I do a little bit, definitely, yeah.
And the same reverb as the snare?
Yeah, and the toms, yeah.
Right.
So it's the same sort of thing.
Gluing it all together. Last couple of questions on the mixing side of things. Do you mix with a compressor over the master bus, and do you leave that on if you're...
Not to start off with, and then I'll put it in and start mixing to it later on, yeah.
Right, and then when you're exporting the track, will you leave that master bus compression on?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And what's that doing, 2-3 dB gain reduction, or...?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more, but it'll be the SSL, you know, across it. Yeah. So I mean, it's part of the mix at the end of the day, so there's no reason to take it off.
When you're mixing vocals, do you tend to go with fast attack times or slightly slower?
Well, I'll have a limiter on them for starters as well, just to grab any peaks.
Yeah.
Probably a de-esser, compressor, then a de-esser again, you know, at the back of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's lots of little things happening all over the place there.
Brilliant, Andy Sneap, thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Brilliant, nice one.